Hello everybody, welcome back to Red Devils TV. Today we are going to talk about Solskjaer's 150 million budget revealed basically, and four players which he is looking and John Murtough is looking to sign and basically enforce and strengthen the team, basically the strengthen the squad. And we all know that Chelsea are the champions of Europe, and props to Chelsea for winning Champions League. They absolutely deserved it, and it was a very underdog story because who would have thought the team under Lampard, who was absolutely mid-table basically, along with Arsenal, 9th or 10th, I was in January, February. When he got sacked, I think the Chelsea season was ruined basically almost. But I think Thomas Tuchel deserves appreciation, he deserves some credit because he did what was required, what should have been done by Lampard, to be honest, because the squad was good enough. And one thing we want to say here is that the Champions League final was better than what we had in the last 3 years. Actually, why not because Man City losses doesn't make the Champions League final better. I mean, what was offering? The Champions League final was offering way more than we had been offered since the last 3 years, basically. I mean, there was no OP side, no one-sided team final, no. I mean, one thing which I must say here is that since the 2016-17 final, 17-18 final was absolutely one-sided. Real Madrid ran away with the title, and to be honest, thanks to Liverpool's mistakes, Loris Karius. 2018-19 Spurs couldn't do fuck anything. They couldn't do fuck all basically. In 1920, yeah, it was not one-sided, but it was pretty boring. So the match was dead until the Koeman goal basically. Kingsley Coman scored the goal, and yeah, until that point, man, the match was pretty dead, to be honest. This season it was almost toe-to-toe. I mean, both of them were made to fight against each other basically. I mean, if Man City's attack was really good, Chelsea's defense was up to that part. Basically, that's what I want to say. There was actually head-to-head, and unfortunately, Man City lost, which I am not too much sympathetic about. I'm happy that they lost basically, and it's actually a bit sarcastic basically, since almost Pep has come to Manchester City. They have spent around 832 million. Pep has spent around 832 million but hasn't won anything. What I meant by anything is Champions League, no Champions League basically. And many people say that United can spend 150 million and they can achieve what City and Liverpool have achieved since the last 3 years. I mean, it's not about building a team anymore, it's about building a squad. I mean, the last time I saw a Champions League final, I mean, oh shit. It's not about the squads there was there. It was absolutely brilliant basically. Last 2 seasons, the last Champions League final, undoubtedly PSG and Bayern Munich had the best squad, with the great bench basically. And it's not about building a great 11 or a great team basically, it's about building a good squad. And do I think that 150 million is enough to build a good squad or a good bench? Not certainly. Is 150 enough to build a good 11 basically? I think yeah, it depends upon how we spent it and on whom we spent it basically. That's the big thing. And this season also, Manchester City and Chelsea have the best squad along with Bayern Munich and PSG. Yeah, Bayern Munich had a lot of loan players, that's why they left and their squad depth was finished basically. But back then, back 1 year and this time basically, Bayern Munich had the best team in Europe and with the best squad depth. This is what I want to say, and those teams are not stopping there. They will bring good players to strengthen their team, and they will spend money, and we have to spend basically. And actually, what I want to say here is that since Fergie left, basically, not only me, almost all of the Manchester United fan base, all the fans have actually put blindfold in the name of progression and process. Basically, trust the process. I mean, Chelsea finished third with a joint third basically, and actually they finished fourth because of the less goal difference they had. I mean, they finished third and they backed their manager. They spent around 250 million. They brought a lot of players, and they now are the Champions League winners, the crowned European kings basically. And that's the difference between ambition basically. You don't need 3 or 4 or 5 seasons to win a title basically. Those days are gone. And actually the clowns in our boardroom basically, like Ed Woodward, the Glazers, are actually living in the past. Actually they are trying to replicate what happened with Fergie basically. And I'm gonna say this, and some fans also even agree with this. Give him time, we're back in 1989. This is not 1989, this is 2021. Open your eyes, guys. This is not 1989. Give him time. We are back in 1989. In 1989, there was no Premier League. It was First Division League titles. There was no Champions League. The only team which everyone had to topple was Liverpool, and now we have three teams better than us: Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea. Those days are gone, basically. Back then, I don't remember the name. What was it? It was actually Kenny Dalglish, I think. That the opponent's mentality was the challenge that was topping Liverpool. If you have toppled Liverpool, you win the title. But it's not like that anymore. If you topple City, then it's Liverpool. If you topple Liverpool, then it's Chelsea. Premier League has grown competitive since the emergence of the Russian oligarch and the Arabian money, basically. It's not the same anymore. And if you actually trust in the long process, I'm not saying that trusting long process is actually trash, basically. I'm not saying that. But it will only enable the rivals to get strong. See, Liverpool didn't invest hugely in the squad. They only spent around 60 million in bringing Jota and Thiago Silva. Not Thiago Silva. Thiago Alcantara, basically. They didn't spend anyone, and that actually enabled Man City to strengthen the squad more, and that's why they won the title, basically. And I would argue, I couldn't argue with anyone that City and Chelsea have a better season than us. City definitely, and Chelsea, when people are saying, oh, we have finished second in the league table, you don't get a trophy for being second in the league table. Chelsea won the Champions League. They have a better season than City also. City won the Banter double. A double means a FA Cup and a Premier League title. They didn't even win that. So that's why I think Chelsea have a better season than that. What I want to say is that the ambition is lacking, basically. The ambition is lacking. The infrastructure is lacking. The recruitment is absolute trash. I think the scouting is not good up to the level, basically. And if you have ambition, and let's be real, Chelsea and City don't have the revenue we get, basically. Yeah, our owners are not rich like them, but our revenue is definitely better than us, and we can definitely spend 300 million. This is no joke. Manchester United can definitely spend 300 million, but they will not spend because the Glazers are not competitive enough. And I'm going to say why they are not spending 300, but actually telling us the stories and the lies. And since since Fergie left, 900 million has been spent, and we have not won fuck all. We have not won fuck all, basically. We have only won a Carabao Cup, a Europa League, and FA Cup, and I don't even count the Community Shield, to be honest. And that's it. That's the major reason we won. And 900 million of spending in almost 10 years is a title, and is it justifiable? I don't think it's justifiable. And for a club like Manchester United, many people are going to argue with me on this, that there is no divine right for a club to dominate. Yeah, I'm not saying that Manchester United should be the winners of the Champions League or should be the winners of the Premier League. There is no divine right in football. What I want to say is that Manchester United challenging for every trophy is not a divine right. It's the standards what we have been set since the last 30 years, basically. And to be honest, people don't disagree and accept mediocrity, and I'm okay with that because my levels and standards of Manchester United will never drop, basically. What I want to say here is that why the Glazers, and let's be real, why the Glazers and the Woodwards actually do this is that they are incompetent owners, and actually they sell these lies and the stories of actually progression and winning a title in 3 or 4 years, because they actually want money. And if they say, the Glazers are a bigger prats. See, they are a bigger prats than anyone. But they are not Kroenke, basically. Like Kroenke came and said in 2016, like, I didn't buy Arsenal set to win trophies. They won't come out and say, because they know that if they say that they are done, they're basically done. They're absolutely exposed. That's why they sell us these 3-year, 4-year plans, and it never comes, basically. 9 years have been passed, and 3 years, and already 4 managers, and Ole was also getting sacked after the Everton game, basically, but before the Everton game. If we hadn't won the Everton game, I think he would have been sacked, basically, because of not getting the backing, basically. And this is what top clubs do. They back their manager, and if it doesn't work, they sack them. And I'm okay with Ole getting sacked. It's not like that I'm an Ole fanboy. Like, okay. I'm gonna say this here, and this is actually going to put me in a lot of trouble, basically. Those who are Ole in, basically, they are doing it on sentiment, basically. That's because Ole scored a goal in the match which won us the treble, basically. That's why the sentiment. I'm not going to sentiment. Look, see, I'm not Ole in, I'm not Ole out, I'm Ole out, basically. What I'm gonna say here is that. And why I'm not Ole out, because I don't think that any manager, regardless of what CV or what managerial career he has, will not be able to win a major trophy with United, because there is no competence at the top of the level. See, progress starts from the top, not from the bottom or the below, basically. If the owners or the boardroom staffs are not ambitious enough to win trophies, then how are we going to succeed? And this is what City and Chelsea have done a hell lot good, basically, since the last decade, basically. And those days are gone, man. Those days are gone. 3-4 seasons. I mean, 3 years is a max of a lifespan of a manager. You just can't wait for another 3-4 years for a manager to win trophies, basically. Those days are gone. This is a 1989. And all those clowns who are saying, give in time, we're back in 1918, and it's not 1918, it's 2021, and we can do that. And I'm done with this progression thing, all this process, all this 3-4 year winning trophies, basically, all these things which the Glazers have actually sold us, and we are also buying this. I'm not going to say that I didn't believe in it. We have been buying us for the last decade, basically. This has also happened in Fergie's reign, basically. In the last 3 or 4 years, basically, he didn't get back, and he was playing then he was continuously coming, and when the midfield wanted something new signings, he also said there's no market in the value, there's no value in the market, basically, we cannot sign any players. And this is what I want to say here, is that's the incompetence of the owners, basically. And Ferguson was a manager who used to broke transfer records. Suddenly he realized that, oh, I'm not going to spend any money. People actually believe this bollocks, basically, and all this transition and all these progression things. It's nothing else than a lot of bollocks and a lot of bullshit, basically. It's a bullshit, basically. It's a load of bullshit, and I don't think that Ole is the one who is going to bring us a European glory in the domestic glory. But there is no other manager who can bring us the trophies which we want, basically, under this current regime, until and unless there is a proper reform of the club, like the 50 plus formula. But I think the 50 plus formula has absolutely died. I think the only thing which the Sky Sports have been pushing is for a football regulator, just to stop a future ESL probability. So I think the 50 plus one has died, basically, and the Glazers out protesters also, the fire has died out, basically. So getting into the thing that 150 million transfer budget, basically, which has been revealed, and the 4 signings which are United looking for a striker, centre defense midfielder, centre back, right wing. And I'm gonna say this, that 150 million is not enough, man. See, it's about quantity, it's about quality over quantity. See, if we bring a centre back and a CDM, I'm more than happy enough. But the right wing is also a black hole, basically. 150 million, let's count the market value what we have. 80 million Jadon Sancho. 60 million or 50 million, let's say 60 million. 150 million already spent. And then we also need a 60 million like a Declan Rice or a Ndidi or a Zakaria, basically what we have, Manuel Locatelli. So 60 million is what we have. 200 million already spent. Then we also need a backup right back. So is 150 million enough? I don't think so. But, and to be honest, do I think that Manchester United will spend in a centre back and a centre defense midfielder before a right winger? I don't think so. I think they will go for Jadon Sancho. And the one thing which I want to say here in the Jadon Sancho news, many reports, many transfer outlets are saying that Borussia Dortmund has again set a transfer date before the June 11th, basically, which is the Euros are going to start after that. And after the Euros start, they won't entertain any offers, regardless of how much money is actually offered to them, basically. And I mean, do I think United can sign Jadon Sancho on that given date, basically? No. We are not Liverpool, we are not Chelsea, we are not Man City, that we are going to. We are not efficient enough, basically. What I want to say here is that we can buy a player before that, but we are not efficient enough. That's what I want to say here is that. And if I was Ole, I would spend the money like this. First 60 million Varane, another 60 million Declan Rice, 120 million. 30 million is going to get for a backup right back like Tariq Lamptey, Kieran Trippier. Who's left? I think Ricardo Pereira is also a good shout, basically. So I would go. Max Arnold is also a good shout. So I think I would go, and then if I require Jadon Sancho, I would sell players like Mata, Matic, Dalot, Lingard, Pereira, probably Jones, Romero, and a goalkeeper, Daniel James. I don't want to sell Martial because I want to strengthen the team. I want to strengthen the bench also basically, and I don't want to sell Martial. But if I need to, if I need to raise the funds basically, I would sell Martial, and that will actually give us close to 100 million, and we could easily buy a Sancho basically, or a close to like Kingsley Coman or a Gnabry or a Leon Bay. We can buy anyone. And that's how I will spend the money. And net spend, it's 150 million net basically. And actually, net is a better thing than gross money, because sometimes what happens with the gross money is that, like, if you spend 80 million on Harry Maguire, then you spend only 20 million to nets on Daniel James. And if it's a net spend 150 million, it will be a consistent basically. You could spend 50 million on anybody. And I do not prefer, and see, I think that if we don't have money for Jadon Sancho, I think we should not go for Jadon Sancho. I think we should go for cheap players, like cheap but not bad, cheap but underrated, like Rafinha, Leon Bailey, Mikel Oyarzabal. Who's there? I think Ousmane Dembele is also a good shot, but he's a lot injured prone, so I don't want him. Rafinha, Mikel Oyarzabal is a very good shout basically. I think Leon Bailey is also a very good shout. I think these are the kind of players which we need to buy, because they are going to be cheaper. I'm not going to say that they are being going to be a cheaper like a cup price, but they are going to be cheaper than Sancho basically. And I don't need to buy a striker basically. I don't want to buy. Look, there is no hate agenda for Harry Kane, but what I want to say here is that first of all, he will require a large amount of money for V to sign, and it will absolutely blow our transfer budget. And then also, if we buy, he's an injury prone, and how will he get the service? There's no service. What I missed in the Villarreal review, basically the match reaction, is that when we played against Villarreal, it was almost feeling like that we were playing three centre forwards in the attack, because Rashford was selfish. He is always selfish. He is looking for dribbling 3 or 4 players and then striking. Cavani is a proper centre forward, and actually Greenwood is also a proper centre forward, and he is not plays like a right wing because we don't have depth. And it's not about actually strengthening the team. It's about winning trophies with strengthening the squad basically. It's about not getting a proper 11. That's why Liverpool failed, because they didn't have a good squad depth, and I don't think they even had now basically. Yeah, they can, if they don't get injuries, they can maintain that proper 11. They can win trophies basically. Definitely can. But you need a good squad basically. That's what I saw in the last final, that it's not about building any good 11, it's about building a squad basically. And that's what Rio Ferdinand said, that people can blame Ole for not making substitutions, and I also blame Ole for substitutions. But the hard thing is, which is the painful thing someone say here, is that the real truth basically is the squad is not big enough. If the squad is not big enough with the depth, there's no depth basically. What I want to say here is that, and the bench is not good enough. Yeah, there are some good players like Telles, Van de Beek, Tuanzebe, Amad Diallo, but there are also deadwoods like Mata, James, Matic, Daniel James, and there are a lot of players like Lee Grant. So we need to clear those deadwoods, and actually I think we can raise funds. The assets we have, we can raise funds if we want. But just like we have said, the Glazers over the years haven't let the manager to clear out all the deadwoods we have. That's because we have to buy more and more players to replace them. And do I think Manchester United, and I'm going to say that this is going to be a very argumentative statement basically, if we get the 4 signings, a centre defensive midfielder, right wing, centre back and a backup right back, I think we can challenge for that, and we can definitely win the title basically. I'm going to say that. And regardless of what happens, and many people say, oh no, United are not good enough. Who would have thought after Chelsea got spanked by Bayern in the Champions League 7-1, who would have thought that they would win the Champions League after 1 year? So it's not about progression, it's not about trust the process, it's about winning that, it's about ambition, it's about the spending spree. You need to spend to win trophy, simple as that. And that's what I want to say here, is that those days of transition and waiting without silverware is gone, long gone. It's not 1989, it's 2021. So we need to do what is the modern way. And these prats in our boardroom and some fan base also need to stop living in the past basically. Wake up, smell the coffee, and live to the reality what we are going through basically. That's what I want to say here, is that. So thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button. And if you're a new watcher, please subscribe. That will actually help this channel a lot to grow basically. That would help me a lot. So, and I will upload a lot of more videos upcoming the video week basically, and I'll catch you next time. And I'll definitely upload more videos, and people are saying that why don't you upload more and more videos. I will absolutely upload more videos, and I'll catch you next time.